Trees are big, tree monsters are strange and also big. And so here in this video we will showcase 15 of the biggest of these type of movie monsters. We will take the awesome ones from the recent movies and shows. We will start with relatively human-sized ones and make our way up to the absolutely gigantic monsters. So subscribe if you haven't already, and now let's get down to business. At number 15 we have the Kinoshimobi. From the show Grimm we get the tree monster bearing the name Kinoshimobi, which was terrifying to look at. This creature has a humanoid figure and was around 7 feet tall. Kinoshimobis are colossal plant-based humanoids with chlorophyll as blood. When they attack, they ensnare their victims in vines before stabbing them. They have the ability to shoot vines from both their hands and their feet. They are quite strong. Despite their slow movement, they can easily lift a fully grown human. 14. Groot. From the MCU we get Groot, more specifically from the movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Groot is a Flora colossus and originally the accomplice of Rocket Raccoon. Flora colossus are humanoid in form with thick, robust body structure that makes them almost invulnerable to physical harm. They have a highly accelerated healing factor, able to grow limbs, regrow them, and even their entire bodies from nothing more than a twig. Groot, the adult version, was around 8 feet tall and was an integral part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 13. The Birch. The Birch is a 2017 short horror film seen in Crypt Tv, and here we see a female tree monster of the same name. The Birch is an 8-foot tall humanoid creature. Her body is constructed of birch wood as her name suggests. Her head's upper half rises into a crown of huge branches wrapped around in vines that resemble horns. She doesn't have legs, but she does have lengthy fingers composed of twigs and branches. Her face is skeleton, her eyes are deep and lifeless, and her teeth are crooked. Number 12. Leshy. Now coming from the Netflix TV series The Witcher Season 2, we get an ominous and cool looking staple monster of the franchise, which is the Leshi. The Leshi is masculine and humanoid in shape, is able to assume any likeness and can change in size and height. The first form we see is the infected Witcher that was turned into one that kinda looked like a tree-human hybrid, and then later the main Leshi was seen in the middle of the forest as a vaguely humanoid tree that can attack with its roots. It was somewhere between 12 to 15 feet tall but was killed by a myriapod. Number 11. Spriggans. Coming in from the Disney movie Maleficent, we get the tree warriors of the moors, and they are called the Spriggans. Spriggans are an army of humanoid trees that inhabit the moors, and when King Henry's army attempted to take over the moors, Maleficent showed up and called the tree warriors and the forest dragon to defeat the human kingdom's army. These creatures were also seen later in the movie acting as sentries and guards over the moors. They were large beings more than 15 to 20 feet tall. Number 10. The Ents. Lord of the Rings also has a couple of entries in this list, and the first one, which is smaller of the two, are Ents. Ents are tree-like creatures who over millennia became more and more like the trees they herded. They varied in height, size, coloring, and number of fingers and toes. Although an individual Ent usually resembles the tree they guarded. Treebeard, the leader, was around 15 to 20 feet tall, although some Ents are bigger than Treebeard, standing at around 30 feet in height. Number 9. The Spur Mantis. This Monsterverse Flora-Fauna hybrid of the 2017 movie Skull Island also makes it to this list, and it holds the 9th spot. Both the body and limbs of the Spur Mantis resemble fallen trees. In fact, bark is a part of the species' epidermis. Beneath this deceptive layer lies a parasitic slug with powerful jaws. With its tree-like body, the Spur Mantis can blend in with the surrounding forest. This creature varies in size depending on individuals, with the largest being around 40 feet long. Number 8. The Whomping Willow. From Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, we get this creepy tree that guards an entrance, a secret one, and it is named the Whomping Willow. Whomping willows would attack anyone and anything that came within range of its branches. It is a deciduous plant with limbs functioning as arms, and any damage to them must be treated in much the same way. The most famous Whomping Willow was the one planted in the grounds of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. This one cannot move from its site but can grow upwards to around 25 to 30 feet in height. Number 7. The Angry Molesting Tree. Terrifying and perverted and around 20 to 30 feet in height, we get an entry from Evil Dead and the Cabin in the Woods. It is depicted as a large, leafless and slow-moving tree. Judging by its name, it can be assumed that the angry molesting tree harasses or kills its victim in an extreme nature, such as sexual assault. The roots and branches of the tree protrude from the sides and the rear of it, which help it move around and ensnare its victims. Number 6. The Poltergeist Tree. Another horror movie entry, we see a tree that haunts a kid and his family in the form of a poltergeist tree. The tree is a minor antagonist in the 1982 film Poltergeist and its 2015 remake of the same name. It is a tree planted outside a family house that becomes possessed by either the beast or one of the many ghosts haunting the grounds. In the 2015 remake, the tree appears as a willow with green leaves and long drooping branches attached to a thick trunk, and it was around 30 feet tall. Number 5. A monster from Monster Calls. From the movie A Monster Calls, we get Liam Neeson transform into a gigantic tree monster, and this one isn't actually named and was just called the monster. So this monster is a giant humanoid tree creature that walks upright like a human and is over 3 stories tall, which puts him between 40 to 50 feet in height. The monster befriends a kid and tells him 3 stories, and in return the kid must tell him 1. Number 4. The Huons. Now the second entry from the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, we get a less sentient yet larger form of the Ents, and these are the Huons of Fangorn Forest. Huons were a living race of ancient slow-moving trees whom the Ents cared for and tended to in the second and third ages. The Huons mostly stood as dark trees in the deeper forest, gnarled and unmoving yet watchful. When aroused in wrath, they move swiftly as if wrapped in shadows, falling on foes with deadly and merciless strength. They are the height of different trees, some are over 150 feet tall. Number 3. The Forest Dragon. The second entry from the movie Maleficent, we see a monster that was seen only in the beginning scenes of the movie, in the form of a woody/root serpentine monster called the Forest Dragon. The Forest Dragon is a creature responsible for defending the moors, and during the attempt of King Henry's armies to take over the moors, Maleficent called on the Forest Dragon and the Tree Warriors to war, and it was easily more than 200 feet long. Number 2. Amhuluk. The second largest was briefly seen in the monitor screens of Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then later in the comics called Godzilla Dominion of the Monsterverse itself, and this one is none other than Titanus Amhuluk. This titan was more than 350 feet tall and was sort of a demonic tree hybrid that can stretch its limbs to unimaginable lengths, and was seen battling the behemoth and winds but was eventually knocked down by Godzilla himself. In KOTM, we only see him as a name on the screen, locked up in a containment in Monarch Outpost 66. And number 1. Godzilla Earth. And yes, of course, the G-Man must appear on a monster list, and here, in this one, he is the biggest. Godzilla Earth is a tree/reptile hybrid kaiju, and it is determined that it was the apex of evolution on any planet that crosses a certain threshold in life form development. Godzilla Earth is over 300 meters or more than 1,000 feet in height. He was seen in the anime movie trilogy of Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. He differs from the other incarnation as he is quite a complex creature with electromagnetic biology coupled with reptilian and plant physiology. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Anyway, with that we come to the end of it, so do hit that like button for support and subscribe as well to be a part of the MindQ family. But most of all, smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.